Welcome everyone to a new episode for Future Pathfinders podcast. Today we will be talking about content creation with myself and Michael Zaldivar. Today we will be going over how social media can positively impact the way that you go on and expand your professional careers as a student, and how you will move through content creation into new platforms to promote yourself, not only someone in a professional career, but also as someone growing into um, your fields. So, Michael, why don't you start us off by your background in social media and content creation?
Hey, what's up, guys? So real simple. Just to cut to the chase here. My background in social media, when it comes to that, is currently for school. I'm currently the NHS National Honor Society historian. So my job basically is to deal with taking photos, social media posts, reaching out to other clubs, trying to schedule things, and stuff like that. So clubs can do activities. Beyond that, outside of school, I also help, of course, for this podcast, and the Miami Lakes Mayor podcast, Manny Sid, which he hosts the 305 Bucks Populi. So I do that, and I try to, along with people such as like Alberto Saez, who is the editor, and sort of producer, I guess, for the show. We try and edit and, put on social media and put clips and stuff like that. So, we open up to a bigger audience, not only in the city of Miami Lakes, but also outside of Miami. How about you, Alyssa? What's your background in social media here?
Well, that's really great. Before I get into that, I just want to say I think that's really great that you have a lot of experience with social media and content creation. But besides that, I think it's even more notable to tell that you're doing podcast episodes with the mayor, through our school, Mater Lakes Academy, through the broadcasting program.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, you've done episodes there where you've been able to actually speak with Manny Sid, the mayor of Miami Lakes, the current mayor of Miami Lakes, and
I've actually
you've been
hosted
able
a few
to
of them. I've hosted a few of them.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Because there's times where maybe he was busy on a meeting or whatever, just couldn't come, and I had to host it for him. And then on Sundays, I would talk with him about what's it called, about the podcast itself.
And it's really cool because not only are you there for the experience of knowing how to operate a podcast, how to operate a team of people, because you're not only there by yourself, but it's also cool because you're able to build more networking connections with the mayor, with other people on your team, with professionals that work in town government. You're becoming more, I guess you could say, civically engaged in that sense,
exactly.
Because you're starting to know that around the people that you're gonna go in your business. So I think that's really great and that's really noble. As for me, I pursue content creation as a student content creator, and I've done this, for the past couple of years of high school, but most recently I've done, college content creation for the college board, through their student creator program,
right? For college
in which,
board. I saw some.
yes, yeah, I mean, I get sent my own videos sometimes from my friends when the college board uploads my videos, but basically, I'm on contract with College Board. I actually just extended my contract for another 3 months with College Board, so it's very exciting. I'll get to be able to create a lot of new content, and my content are reels for Instagram, TikTok videos, any videos that I can submit that show, for example, prompts like day in the life, or like preparing for AP exams, or enjoying my summer as a student. I'm a dual enrolled student, so I'm able to not only create high school focused content, but I'm also able to create content that gears towards more college life, preparing for college, getting students excited about college. And I don't say this for nothing because of just making the videos, getting paid with College Board, which I think is an experience to everybody, that if you're in high school, if you're in college, listening to this and you want some money, but you also want to further the vision that College Board has with creating a more focused student culture, I guess. Go apply for the student creator program if they still have it available. But
Yeah, I
the
saw.
college
How
board,
did you get into that in the first place? Did like a friend tell you about it, or was it like just like you just found out just like by yourself?
I found the College Board Student Creator Program through Instagram when I was scrolling one day, and I saw that they had posted an advertisement looking for high school students interested in making 1,500 to make videos for College Board. Now, I don't speak on behalf of College Board. I don't post on behalf of College Board and the actual organization. I'm contracted by them to do this work. So they are using my creative expression, my editing, my videos. I send my videos all prepared to them, and then they choose if they would like to upload my videos. And it's actually a pretty chill program because not only am I in like pretty much direct connection with the social media content creator manager, like the director of social media on College Board, for their Instagram and stuff. So I've been able to not only do this program and receive money and get more like insight on how I can record myself doing things that I do on a normal basis to promote myself. So for example, one of the first videos I've ever submitted to College Board, which was posted by the way on TikTok, was a day in the life, and I was able to show my experience as an AP student at school, taking rigorous courses, doing projects, and then on the end of the video, I even was able to expand not only just academic like academic content, but it was also like my extracurricular involvement. So I do volunteering at a nonprofit at Virginia Popular. I'm the director of outreach there,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a charity basketball game event that I was able to cover and submit to College Board because they don't want only students that are going to talk about joining AP, but they also want kids that are really diverse in what they do, to promote a culture of like kids actually going out there, being professional, taking initiative, but also having a life. You know what I mean? So content creation in that way, social media, using social media to promote yourself in that way was really essential for me and a really a big reason why I stayed to extend my contract because um traditional networking like LinkedIn, having LinkedIn, I have a LinkedIn that I use when I meet people in person at events, or if I see that I have mutual connections with people that are in the same field as me, I'll add them on LinkedIn. Um but using social media as a way to promote yourself not only like helps people know like what you're willing to offer to the community, but it's also a way to connect with them and engage with the community because you're not coming off as just being boring or being like someone that's only tied to their job, you know. And yeah, like my college board experience has been really great. I've been able to connect with other college board officials through LinkedIn, so basically the social media department at LinkedIn, I have them on there. And the other day when I posted something on there, like
Wait,
they
the
were
social media
commenting, and that's
department.
really
I'm
cool.
sorry to interrupt you, Alyssa. Like the social media department, like of LinkedIn, the company. You mean?
No, not I'm in communication and I have connections with people at College Board that from their social media department that
Oh, okay,
are
okay. That confused me for
interacting
a
that are
second.
yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. Like they're interacting with like when I posted like that I was extending my contract, and they, like it's just cool to have those connections with like just such a big organization like that, especially an organization as a student that we both know very much about as AP students, and going into college, we take our SATs. They're the organization that like promotes that. So it's pretty cool that I'm able to, create content for them and that they like my content enough to post it. And and yeah, and to, share share what I'm doing with the world. And, so I can so the world gets to know a little bit more about me, but that I can also get to know a little bit more about the world. I think that's the whole reason why we promote and we use social media in the first place. So yeah, but besides College Board, I mean, I obviously run this podcast with you. I co-founded this podcast with you, and we chose to do it through social media, our media, because we figured that's the way that we would raise more awareness and more attention from our youth, because the whole purpose of our mission, Michael, was to provide professional resources and provide insight for potential careers to help students like our age make decisions about or look into more or less what they want to go into when they go to
Exactly.
high school or
Yeah.
college.
So this is kind of
So
like a little
I was
break.
really passionate about that.
This is like a
Yeah.
little break, if anything. Like this is like out of the usual. Well, I mean the usual being like there's like 2 episodes. But just for everyone out there, we've come back. We've come back with a passion. We want to do it. But like me and Alyssa like got cut up with work, taking APs and stuff like that. So, we kind of decided it was probably for the best to just
But
leave
we're
it for
back. But
later.
we're back like we never left.
We're
We're back
back
like
like
we
we
never
never
left.
left. Like we never left. Okay, so moving on a little bit here. So you said that what's it called? That you are a college board contacted creator. You connect with professionals and LinkedIn and such and such. How do you think? How do you think? And this is just a hypothetical here, obviously. How do you think you would be able to use that social media in a college setting? So, like, I mean, how do you think that from say people you've seen or from business partners or from bosses, like what do they advise you on social media during say college or even beginning into the working field?
That's actually a really good question. And when I was preparing for this episode, I thought about that in like many different angles. So colleges, you have to understand that they're a business, right? I get at least 50 like mails a day from different colleges, like in Iowa, in Kansas, like in these random states, asking me to join their college to get more insight about what they're doing in their colleges. And in one aspect, like how I got from what you're saying, or what you're asking rather, is that like how am I going to use social media? How can colleges use social media, to reel in students? Well, simple as that. I follow some colleges on Instagram that they have like their social media department going crazy. For example, UM and FSU, they have reels and content that they post all the time, trying to engage students, learning more about their programs. I actually found out more about UF and how they recently got titled as the new Ivy by Forbes through their social
Really?
media. Yes, Forbes called them the new Ivy, and they posted it on their Instagram. Their social media department posted that, and that got me looking. That actually got me really intrigued, and that um, made me, wonder more about what the school has to offer. Since we are Florida students, and that's where eventually what we're looking forward to. And UF is actually a very good school,
Man,
and that pushed me to learn more about like what the school has to offer.
Man, I want to go to UF really badly, but now I'm, like I think I'll do good. I'm studying from SATs and stuff like that. But this is interesting. I was actually looking at a study as well. Apparently, like the amount of students that are going down south to universities like UF, like UCF, uh, like UM are like up by I think, and don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, it was like 57%, 56, 57, somewhere in the 50 range. But like apparently like it's getting increasingly bigger where more people are going down south now. So I wonder how that's gonna be like affecting Florida residents, you know what I mean, who want to go to universities and stuff like that. And they want to like go to UF, but then like some guy in New York is just
Yeah,
like they're just
I
cooking us
think
up.
I think that the college admissions process is getting extremely more difficult. I think by the day, by the year. But I don't think that's anything for us to fret about, and that's why I'm saying that like I think because we like colleges and businesses are understanding like that social media, they can push out more about their college and promote more about their college. Students are being able to learn more about like colleges and where they like to live, where they like to study, so they can take advantage of more programs. Because the more that the information's out there, the more the information's available to the students, they're gonna come and they're gonna receive like any sort of like opportunity that they can get
Of course,
that
yeah.
they're learning about through social media. So I think that's in that aspect it's really good. But also to answer your question, because not only from the colleges side, but for businesses. For example, on Instagram, I follow a couple of lawyers that post like silly reels, that
Yeah,
or
yeah.
silly reels, silly posts
Like Law by
to
Mike and
promote.
like Legal Eagle, like those kind of people.
Yes, yes, and just different types of like corporate lawyers. Like usually they're more corporate lawyers. They're never really something that serious like criminal,
Yeah.
But like they're always posting funny and relatable content, and then it's at the end of the day, it all works to just promote them as not being cutthroat attorneys and people that actually want to help serve other people. Because
Yeah.
sometimes law has a reputation of being cutthroat. Law has a reputation of being very like
Serious, like
strict
serious, you know.
and
Yeah.
it's very 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 serious. And even though like cases need to be taken seriously, like social media for them, like as a way to promote their business, not only for them to promote their business, but to promote a relationship with the client. And that's why I think that in a professional sense, social media can be used greatly for like that advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Especially for college and business.
this is like turning out to be a more like future Pathfinders podcast introducing Alyssa Leon. Like we're interviewing you today. Like
Nah.
you know more about social media. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I know more about producing social media, but like taking advantage of it, like that's 100% going to you, man. 100%. Actually, speaking of social media, I wanted to ask you um about LinkedIn itself, because LinkedIn gets at least a big rep, and I think somewhat rightfully so, at least from like my impressions. That LinkedIn is one of this like it's like the professionals' Facebook, basically, right?
Yes, it really is.
But like, do you think that kids should be, or maybe not even kids, like teenagers, people in like high school, should be active on LinkedIn? Like people who like want to get ahead of the curve, should they be active on LinkedIn, or is that something that you should worry about
Do
more in college?
do I think so? No, I definitely believe in it. Yes. I think that if you're a person that definitely wants to be more engaged with what you're doing in the future, if you have a solid understanding of the type of like achievements that you want to complete when you go off to college, when you go off to paving your path for your professional career, and you have notable accomplishments that you're doing now as a student, um as someone that is just starting off in your field. I think that's one of the best ways. I think it's actually very essential so that you can have a kickstart to your professional career.
Yeah.
Actually, I've that brings up something really cool because um as you know, I'm preparing for college now. I've been joining a lot of like those live streams and like webinars that colleges do, and they're saying that it's more impressive when students mention they have LinkedIn, when they have a professional resume online that other professionals can reach out to them on, because it shows that they take initiative in their communities, and it shows that they're passionate about the type of work they are and furthering their work.
I guess
Because
I gotta get on LinkedIn, man. I guess I gotta get, because you helped me make an account and everything, and then like I've kind of like put it to the wayside here. Like I have to make sure to get back on that. Like every little thing that I have, just be like post. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn almost every day. I'm always, connecting with others on LinkedIn, with people that I meet at events, elected officials, people through my volunteering, college board officials, any opportunity that I have that I can see myself, like for example, LinkedIn just looks like a big vision board for me,
Yeah.
and the type of career, the type of things, the type of options that I have with my career, because LinkedIn really helped me open up my eyes to a bunch of things that I could be doing with my future. And seeing other like-minded individuals, especially, to your point, younger individuals on LinkedIn, it really helps me, envision myself as someone that can go far in my field that I want to go to, and not be afraid that just because of my age or my experience that I have now, before getting into like, university, like it really truly motivates me to see other young people on there, especially when they have like great portfolios. Like for example, my friends at my volunteering, I'll shout them out right now:
Yeah.
Maritza Casa, Roberto Carmona. They have impressive LinkedIn's because they've done impressive stuff, and they're not only using that form of social media to promote themselves professionally, but they're using it to promote themselves as, not just students that are picking their nose doing nothing, or not showing to the world that they're capable, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're breaking this stereotype, they're breaking this stigma that youth, aren't ready for um professional roles. They're not ready for professional spheres, when really they've been building their resumes, and we've all been building our resumes for the past 4 years of high school, and we're doing a great job stepping in to these roles that we're gonna, that
Hopefully,
we're
like
gonna
fill the
play
shoes,
into.
and if not, grow them out.
Exactly.
Um, to be on a little bit less professional, but semi-professional as well. I mean, depending on whatever we want to do. I know you have like an extra little account called Alyssa's Little Library, right? Where you post books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I want you to go a little bit deep into that. And before you do that, I'm gonna go a little bit deep into my own version of Alyssa's Little Library, which is way less professional here, way less professional. Because I have another account on my Instagram. What's it called? I think it's called Michael's Guitar, or something like that. I don't know. It's something around that. But basically, the whole point of the account was it kind of took inspiration from your account. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's basically like an account where you can post yourself either reviewing a song, or whether reviewing a say like a piece of sheet music, or even playing it yourself. That's kind of what I do with that account. Now, is it as active and posting as often as you, or as much as I would want it to be? I'd admit not. But it's the thought like that behind things like that matter, and I feel like that's really important to highlight, because when it comes to paving your future, it's not only in like, or expanding yourself as well. It's not only in just like very like strict professional matters. There's also informal ways of doing it, and ways that reach out to people really well. Like for example, like Alyssa's what's it called? Like the college board. What was it like? Was it they were like TikTok, like reels? Is that what they were, or were they more like
Yeah. So
long term
basically,
videos?
no, they're basically College Board asks me to make short video content. So like anything ranging from 15 minutes to 45 seconds. They're mostly like vertical videos. They're nothing crazy. They can choose whether to upload them as Reels or as TikToks or as anything. Honestly, they can use it on their website. I hand off the rights to my videos, like, and I consent to doing that
Yeah.
to College Board once they receive like the content that I create for them.
Gotcha. So tell me about Alyssa's Little Library. What's
So
what's that about?
Alyssa's Little Library is a passion Instagram. I don't know. I don't even like to call it a passion Instagram. It's just I was very happy and excited to start this Instagram back in, I believe, ninth or 10th grade. I'm not too sure. It's been a little bit because for my future endeavors, I want to major in English when I go off to college. And I started this Instagram because I was definitely really passionate about really reading books. I'm an avid reader. I love to get lost in a book, and I love to share my opinions. That's why I think I also created a podcast with you, Michael. I love to
That's
talk.
something I want to
I
do
love to
more
share my
often.
opinion.
Not share my opinions. I mean, share my opinions. I like, because it's it's fun. But like read more. Like I need to get more into that. Now that I have like an actual summer to do that, I need to get into that just a little bit better.
Yeah, but that's why I think that's why I created Alyssa's Little Library because I wanted to find a community of other people on Instagram, now called Bookstagram. It's like a whole new subsection of Instagram. It's crazy. The community has grown so much because, especially because our youth love to go and read more. Like there's this new thing called Book Talk now, because people love that our generation really likes to read a lot, and it definitely blew up during COVID
It's
when
actually kind
people
of
were at
surprising.
home and they wanted to read.
It's actually kind of surprising. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be so honest with you. Like I don't know, man. I see these kids on like reels and stuff like that. I mean, if you have to target an audience using reels, and like I don't know how active they are with books, but I mean, I'll take your word for it, because I do see like around in school, like I see like a certain subset of people like consistently with like their nose in a book. So you know,
Yeah, so I wanted to, through social media, I wanted to connect through those people, like with that community, because I love to read and I wanted to find other people sharing their opinions on books and others that love to read. And Alyssa's Little Library turned from this small little you know side quest that I started way when I was way younger into something that I'm actually proud of and that I want to put on my resume when I get to college, when I get to, you know, being an English major in college, because I started that as something that, I just wanted to share something I was passionate about, something that I was really excited about, something I loved creating, creating and curating my own reviews for books, posting and editing videos and stuff to promote like my opinions on books, you know, and there's so many opportunities with that. I can do ARC reading, which is advanced reader copy reviews, which basically means that I can read books before they are published, to give my honest opinion about them so that the publishers can see if it's worth publishing or not.
Yeah.
That's a cool opportunity that I think I would take advantage of, through social media, through content creation, because the whole purpose of ARCs or advanced reader copies are to promote the book at the
It's
end of the
like
day.
kind of
And
like movie and game reviewing, right? Where you just play it ahead of time for everybody else, and like see like what needs
yeah,
fixing or not. Can you give feedback on like, oh, this character was kind of bland, or like, no, I really like this. Like, I feel like this needs
yeah,
fixing.
they literally give you the book for free, and they ask you to share or post, a small, review on the book and how you feel about it. And sometimes they'll let you like contact the publisher to give them like, or the author sometimes very, very limited. They'll allow you to share your opinions, to make edit suggestions on the book
Yeah.
or the way that how it's promoted and stuff. So that's pretty cool because as someone building, I'm trying to build my portfolio in that sense with English, with communications, with journalism, for college, you know, using content creation in this manner, like for books, for reading, for promoting like a more literate generation, I guess you could say, encouraging others to read, especially younger audiences on Instagram and various social media.
Of
You
course.
know,
Yeah.
it helps promote like that, but it also helps promote myself because now like I'm taken more seriously, and I have more authority to speak on like, hey, English, that I'm very passionate about it because I have, this asset, this social media
Yeah.
asset.
You're able to broadcast. You're able to broadcast
Because,
yourself more
yeah,
easily.
I am, especially in this regard because, like, if we're talking straight up professional wise, I talk to you about LinkedIn, I'll talk to you about College Board. But if you guys want to get to know Alyssa and oh, Alyssa's pretty cool, like, cause she reads and whatever. Oh, I have a bookstagram, Alyssa's Little Library, you should check it out. I do giveaways, I do books of the quote of the day, I do books of the week, go thrift shopping for books with me to make book shopping and book buying more sustainable. Like, then that's how, I'm building my own portfolio, my own reputation with the type of future I want to lead because although I want to be an attorney, I'm pursuing English as an undergrad thing before I move on to law school because I'm really passionate about English. I love to read. I love English and a lot of the tips and tricks that not tips and tricks, but the stuff that you learn in English, the
The
principles
knowledge.
and
Yeah.
the disciplines you learn in English help you advance in law school. So, pursuing that now through that way is unique and it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, this has most definitely been an interesting episode. I think this is definitely far from the norm and far from what I expected it to be. Because when we were making this episode, we had like a very like general kind of like points, but like this one and directions that I liked a lot, like the whole LinkedIn thing and like not semi-professional yet kind of informal ways of broadcasting yourself. I think this was definitely a cool episode. What do you think?
Oh, I think this was a great episode, and I think that we could have definitely dived into the more content creation wise, because it's not only just us doing what we're doing now, like with social media and content creation, but there's like a whole new wave of and generation of kids that are interested in social media and content creation as their actual jobs, not as like a side thing that we're doing now. There's people that want to be professional social media managers because we're realizing now in this like very digital age and like, within our generation that's very like intertwined with pop culture,
Yeah.
that social media is a great asset, to promote yourself, to build a persona for yourself, an online character for yourself that advances, what you want to do with your future. So this conversation definitely, like, I don't know, I think it's really good. I think everybody should listen to it because, there's a lot of good advice in knowing like where you're at and how you can promote yourself
Of course.
through
Of
social
course.
media. So
Of course. Well, Alyssa, it's been great to be on the podcast with you. We'll have another episode up next week. We have to see when, but for sure next week. But yeah, I think this was awesome.
yeah, I think this was a great opportunity, Michael. Thanks for joining me on today's episode, man.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode, guys. All right, take care. Have a good one.
All right,
Bye bye.
bye.